what is good? What is happening, everybody? It's your boy Ferris Muthana, and welcome to another edition of Good Friends, Better Rivals. You know it. Every Thursday after Thursday Night Football, me and my boy Caleb, we breaking it down. We breaking it all the way down. Thursday night game and the upcoming following week. Last week and the upcoming following NFL football. Today, I got my boy Caleb with me, and today we had the Seahawks. We had the Rams. It was a great game. A lot of nonsense. A lot of nostalgia. A lot of fingers being broke.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford proving people right. But
proving who right? Wait, whoa, proving who right? Proving me right?
Shut
proving
up.
Me right? I think you mean me.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth real quick. I'm not gonna tell you who he's proven right, but he proved somebody right, and I'll tell you who they proved
me right.
Shut up. You shut your mouth real quick. All right. I'm with, and the jackass I'm with all the time is the one, the only Caleb. Caleb, how are you?
I'm good, man. I could be better because I wanted the Seahawks to win. But that didn't happen. But I'm doing good.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot to pick this game in our pick'em. Like I missed the deadline, so I have no one.
Smart.
I was screwed. All right, now let's bring it down, Caleb, right away. Rams lost. The Rams won. They beat the Seahawks 26-17. The big story is, out of both teams, Russell Wilson broke his thumb or finger, or
did he dislocate it?
It looked dislocated. Dislocated, broken. It looked nasty, and they kept showing the replay. I don't appreciate them for that. Not okay. I don't need to see that.
Well, he couldn't make a fist. It was just kind of crooked.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that. His finger was like his finger was going this way. His finger was going that way. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't need to see that. That's not cool. So that's the big story of the night. The Seahawks lost Russell Wilson. Do you think that was the biggest key in why they lost this game?
Yeah. I mean, but it could have gone either way, because in the first half, Matthew Stafford was struggling because of his finger. Yes. And that's why they weren't scoring points either in the first half. They only had scored 3 points. So if it would have been different if he didn't mess up his finger, or both of them were healthy. Because it's not the game that we both expect. I don't know about you. I did not expect some low scoring game. I thought it was going to be high scoring.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Two high powered offense with a lot of weapons. You think that's going to be a high scoring game, especially with the Seahawks defense as bad as it is.
Horrible. Absolutely atrocious.
But they played good in the first half. They held them to 3 points. But like I said, you don't know if that's due to Matthew Stafford's injury or them stepping up a little bit. But it turned into a way better game in the end than it was in the first half, because nobody was scoring. But it was a close game, and you saw Geno Smith coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, Geno Smith. The bigger story of the night. It's not Geno Smith. It is Geno Smith. Geno Smith came in the game in the third quarter, led them down a 98-yard drive, and it wasn't like Dinkin and Duncan running the ball. Geno Smith threw the ball on that drive. He threw the ball. Yeah. And you know what? And as a man who loves college football a little bit more than the NFL, this brought warmness to my heart, because it gave me flashbacks of 2011 and 2012, where Geno Smith was at West Virginia and was throwing the ball all willy-nilly, throwing the pigskin. It was him, Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey. They were the dudes. They were cooking. They were cooking. And then the famous Orange Bowl matchup, where they dropped 70 points on Clemson. It was 70-33. And you're like, oh my God, Geno Smith is cooking. And then in the following year, he kind of had not a bad year, but kind of like an average okay year. It dropped his stock in the draft. Then he got drafted in the second round by the Jets. Then we all know what happened at the Jets. His teammate broke his jaw over $15, apparently. That's what happened. And then he left the Jets, went to the Giants, and then was a part of the famous Eli starting fiasco, where Ben McAdoo was like, he's not good anymore. I'm going to start Geno. He's going to start this game. And then it all went kind of muddled up. Then he went to Seattle. And you know what, dude? I wanted him to win the game. I wanted Geno to win so bad. I wanted him to win. I was like, do it, Geno. Do it. And
it's funny that he had, it seemed like he had more time than Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson was getting pressure and he was getting sacked. You know, maybe it is true that what other analysts were saying that Russell Wilson causes his own sacks because he tries to extend the plays. Geno seemed to have time. He was dropping back and he threw the ball.
He throws the ball away. See, here's the thing. John Gruden once said, I usually don't quote John Gruden a lot because it's John Gruden, but John Gruden said something great. I would rather have you do 3rd and 8 than 3rd and 16. Throw the ball away. I don't care about your completion percentage. Throw the ball away. What's better? It's 2nd and 5, Caleb. You extend the play and you get sacked, and now it's 3rd and 12, or you throw the ball away and it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Obviously, the shorter field.
Exactly. So you throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. Quarterbacks need to learn how to throw the ball away, but they don't want to throw the ball away because it looks bad on their statistics, their accuracy rating. Oh, it's an accuracy rating. Who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? But you know who I care about? Shout out to people in the chat. Shout out to Joseph Burrows. Welcome to Geno season.
What's up?
And Derek Weatherly. Yo, what's Stafford got an arm again? He did an arm, a finger. I think he lost it. I don't know what you mean by Derek. He does have an arm. He has an arm. See, here's the thing. Like I said, Matthew Stafford's proving people right. Caleb, you're right. You're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's proving his doubters right. When he is like it's 3rd and 8. You allowed Carlos Dunlap to bat your ball down. You allowed him to do that. That was on him. I know for a fact Cooper Kupp was wide open because Cooper Kupp is always wide open. Like it's borderline unfair. Him and Robert Woods. Robert Woods is always open because of Cooper, and Cooper's always open by himself. And shout out to Robert Woods took all of Cooper. Man, my opponent had Robert Woods against me. Hated that. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I had Cooper. So
he was targeting him like all day.
Exactly. But here's the thing, man. He's proving people right. He looked like he was going to choke the game away. It's like, oh, Matthew Stafford's choking the game away. And you know what, Caleb? You're going to win this bet. You're going to.
I'm telling you, he's not that good. Like he has like you said, he has an arm. He can throw it downfield, but he's not that good. He's just not that good. Like they're winning because of the system. Mm-hmm. Just like Jared Goff was winning because of the system. Like McVay is a great offense, great offensive mind. That's what he's doing. He's not doing any more or less what he was doing with the Lions. He just is what he is.
It's up here. Like I was listening to the ESPN Daily podcast where they were talking about how Matthew Stafford became a Ram, and Sean McVay kept talking about like, oh, he has this, and I'm like, what is in here? I don't think he has this. He doesn't have the mental fortitude to succeed. Here's the thing with Matthew Stafford. He's okay with being good. But here's the problem. Good is the enemy of great. I don't want you to be good. I want you to be great. And if you're okay with being good, then you'll never succeed. You'll never succeed. Good is the enemy of great. Matthew Stafford wants to be great, not good. He doesn't want to be one of these quarterbacks throughout history. Like, oh yeah, Matthew Stafford. I remember Matthew Stafford. Yeah, he was good. You don't want that. You don't want people to be like, oh, he was good. You want to be like, oh, Matthew Stafford was great. But that's not happening. That's not happening. You know what I mean? No, Joe, I don't think he's great. No. I don't think he's great. No, he's not great because he had Calvin Johnson with him. They made the playoffs 3 times while he was in Detroit. I understand Detroit is a hellhole and it's cursed. I get that. But let's not act like the NFC North was amazing. The Bears stunk. The Packers were ahead of Aaron Rodgers. But let's not act like their entire team was great. And the Minnesota Vikings are the Minnesota Vikings. They always choked somehow. With Kirk Cousins or Teddy Bridgewater or Case Keenum. They always choked somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see. Joe, you keep telling that he's getting what do you mean? He's already in a rhythm. Did you not see tonight? Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods are always open. Yeah. He's always hitting them. So I think they have a rhythm. It's just that he's good.
They have a rhythm. They're just not. He just is what he is. He's not going to beat the great teams in the playoffs.
He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. You know what it is? We don't know what it is, but we know what it is. You know what I mean? He doesn't have it. And I want him to have it. I want him to prove Caleb wrong. But all he's doing is prove Caleb right. This is prime time. The only show in town. This is you. Ball out. Explode. end the game early. You know what I mean? Like, and he didn't. He was good.
Nope.
He was good. We can agree, Caleb, he's
Let
good.
Geno
Right?
Smith stay in the game.
Yeah, he let Geno Smith stay in the game. Caleb, we can agree, Caleb. Matthew Stafford is good. He's good.
Yeah, he's a good arm. Like I always
Yeah.
told you that he has a good arm, but he's not anything
He's not
special. He's
great.
not.
It's not great. So I guess he's not great. All right, man. Honestly, man, I was following the Twitterverse, and I was following homie Jared, Black Han Solo himself. He's a massive Seahawks fan, and he kept saying this too. The Seahawks defense is atrocious. The 4 straight games of allowing 400 or more yards, and in a couple of those games they gave up 500 or more yards. You know what I mean? They're not making the
Yeah,
playoffs.
they came out as the worst defense, right?
Yeah, they're not making the playoffs. The Arizona Cardinals and the Rams are going to make the playoffs out of this division by default, but the Niners and the Seahawks, I don't know how they beat the Niners. I just don't know how. I don't know how. Because this team is
Garoppolo got hurt.
Yeah, but it was 28-21 and the Niners could have won the game with Trey Lance. You know what I mean? They could have won it.
The rookie quarterbacks aren't doing good. I wouldn't say they.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, but yeah, that's the only reason they won. It's the only reason they won. What about you, Caleb? Your thoughts on the Seahawks?
Yeah, I mean they have bad defense. I mean they've been having a bad defense, and it depends if this is going to keep Russell out for another game or more than one game. I still think they can, just because Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson. Not, he wins a lot of games just doing what he does. So I think they can. Will they? I mean, probably not.
Yeah. Yep. All right, man. I think we've had enough of this game. Let's start. We're going to talk about the last week that just happened. The Rams did run a lot. Shout out to Joe. He did say they changed up the game plan. They ran a lot. They did. It's a lot. They had over 100 yards. Darrell Henderson had 87 yards and a touchdown. And I think Sony Michel also had a touchdown. He had 37 yards. So they ran the ball. So to keep it balanced, and that's why they opened up in the passing game. But yeah, the Seahawks are just not very good. They're not very good.
Yeah, they've been getting gashed in the run game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Now, Caleb, let's transition to the week that just happened. Let's talk about the week that happened, and then we'll end it on the week that we're previewing. Now let's talk about some critical games. We already talked about Jaguars Bengals on that night. Let's talk about Jets Titans. Caleb, you told me to keep an eye on that game, right? Was that you?
Yes.
Why?
Yes,
Tell me why.
That was my bet. That was my best pick on my betting picks. Well, because I knew it. Everything I said last week is exactly what happened. I said Zach Wilson was playing hard defenses, really tough defense, and that's why he wasn't able to do anything. When he plays a mediocre Titans defense, he was able to settle in, just like Trevor Lawrence was against the Bengals defense. He was able to settle in, and these rookie quarterbacks had these tough matchups in early in the season, but now they get to settle in. They get to actually work down the field, and he wasn't making as many mistakes. He was playing good football. He had maybe one interception, but overall he was doing good. They let him into overtime. They took it to him. They scored in that drive and they won the game. I mean, that's it. I mean, Tannehill was getting sacked like crazy in that game. The Jets somehow found a pass rush, I guess, and all they could really do is rush the ball with Derrick Henry, which he had a good game, and that's what kept them up, but and wasn't enough. They couldn't get enough from Tannehill, and the Jets finally won a game, surprisingly. And I said that was my best pick. Well,
yeah, it was
Jets
plus
7.
You took the Jets plus 7, yeah. And man, like it's made abundantly clear the Titans have no defense.
Yeah.
And the Titans are only Derrick Henry. That's it. That's it. They're just Derrick Henry. AJ Brown and Julio Jones were out during this game. They weren't playing because they thought they're going to beat the Jets without them. That's literally it. It's just number 22, and that's it. That's all they have. Ryan Tannehill when he doesn't have anyone to throw to alpha the play action, there's nothing much he could do. You know what I mean? Yes, Tennessee was hampered by injuries, so it was kind of a like not a trap game. We'll talk about the Gilmore trade with hampered. We'll talk about the Gilmore trade a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll talk about Patriots Bucks.
Yeah. We'll talk about Patriots Bucks game. Yeah, it's pretty much
or
what
Panthers.
Panthers, Tampa. We'll talk about it. Titans were injured. They only had Derrick Henry, and they lost because you need more than just Derrick Henry to win games. No offense to Derrick Henry, even though he's not a human being, you still need more than Derrick Henry. It is what it is. All right. I'm not stressing Caleb. Like I'm skipping over some of these games. Like Lions, Bears. It was Justin Fields' first start. I know you hate Justin Fields. Did you take anything positive?
Yeah, you do. Good.
So you hate him.
How is that hating? Like, stop saying that just because you don't think someone's good is hate. Oh, you're a hater. Like, no, you see the tape and you just don't think he's good. That's it.
Yeah. It is what it is, Caleb. No, Caleb. So now, did you watch that game?
Was that a morning game? Probably not.
It was okay. So like the Bears Lions it was probably a 10 o'clock game. You missed the 10 o'clock game, yeah.
Well, because I was watching Cowboys, obviously.
Yeah. You were the Cowboys were in the 1 o'clock window.
No, Cowboys were in the morning.
Oh, they were in the 10 o'clock window?
Yeah.
All right. Now let's transition to the two games that we cared about in the 10 o'clock window. That one of them we're both happy, but one of us is extremely upset and annoyed because apparently all I have to do is not root for my team to win. I'm like literally I'm like that this week. I'm gonna say the Cowboys are gonna destroy us. They're gonna whoop our ass and then watch us win by 3. You know what I mean? Like that irritates me, man. We're gonna win. It's okay. But now let's talk about
not winning. Shut up.
We're winning. Let's talk about it. Talk about Giants Saints. And there's a lot to love, man. There's a lot to love. Daniel Jones did throw an interception, but the interception was at the end of the half, and it was a Hail Mary, and it got picked off. So that interception is really meaningless. So he actually had 400 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? So it is what it is. So I loved it. And Saquon Barkley, he had a different type of juice to him. It felt like he's finally like getting back to what he is. And Kenny Galladay, man, had 6 catches for 116 and 19 yards a catch. He's living up to the big money.
Tony with his career game.
Yeah, man, Kadarius Toney. But here's the thing, too, man. Shout out to John Ross. John Ross had 1 catch for 54 yards. It scored us our very first touchdown.
I didn't even know he was even still in the league. To be honest.
Well, I didn't know Geno Smith was still in the league. Yes, John Ross. We signed him this offseason. He was on injury. I think he was on the injury list. Then we finally activated him. He had 77 yards and a touchdown, 3 catches. One of them was for 54 yards. Right after we had 3 plays of 50 yards or more in this game. So the offense exploded. And also too, man, I was on Twitter and Brian Baldinger, he highlighted Andrew Thomas.
Yeah, I love. By the way, I love his when he does all those when he breaks down the special plays in each game. Those are awesome.
Yes. So he broke down Andrew Thomas's left tackle spot, and he said Andrew Thomas played like a franchise left tackle in this game. And then you start realizing he's had 3 different guards he played against, 3 different left guards, and Matt Skura is the best out of the 3. So he had a good left guard with him, and his job is. Like, here's the thing about Tristan Wirfs, Jedrick Wills, and Mekhi Becton, the 3 people who people say are better than him. Wirfs and Wills play right tackle. It's easier to play right tackle because the quarterback sees that side. He sees that side, so he knows where the pressure's coming. Like, I'm seeing the right tackle side. Andrew Thomas plays left tackle. Daniel Jones doesn't know what the hell's going on back here. So Andrew Thomas has to stop everything because DJ doesn't know what's going on. And Mekhi Becton is hurt all the time. He's always like banged up. You know what I mean? And he's and like people have commented on he's big and not big in a good way. You know what I mean? Like he's not athletically big. He's big as in like he's unhealthy. You know what I mean? And he kind of like and their job is to be in shape. You know what I mean? Not be like Greeks by Adonis. Like have like seven, like having like a 7-pack and like like you know what I mean, or like shoulders by a god. Like no, be athletically big. Like Nate Newton didn't have no 6-pack. He had a keg, but he was athletic. Him and Larry Allen were athletic. You know what I mean? But Mekhi Becton isn't that. You know what I mean? Andrew Thomas played very well, and like I was kind of down on him, but I can see the improvement. And that's what we want to see, right? The rookies you drafted improve year after year.
Yeah.
And he's improving. And Brian Baldinger is showing me how he's improving because he played offensive line. He knows what to see. And if he's seeing this, I'm like, oh. And I'm seeing this tape and how he set his feet in stone and he didn't hold. He punched, disengaged, and he kept him at bay. He kept Cam Jordan at bay. He abused Peyton Turner. Their first round pick this year by the Saints was abused by Andrew Thomas, who apparently was supposed to be a bust before the season began. So the bust abused Peyton Turner. So what does that say about Peyton Turner? Or it says Andrew Thomas isn't a bust and he's better than he actually is because he also stopped Cam Jordan. And Caleb, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cam Jordan's a pretty good defensive lineman, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty damn good, right? He's pretty damn good.
He's good.
Pretty damn good. Andrew Thomas shut him down. He played with him. He disengaged, punched him. He kept him at bay. And that's what you need to do with defensive linemen. Great ones. You keep him at bay. You're not always going to win. You know what I mean? Ask John Runyon against Michael Strahan. Strahan was going to beat you one way or another. But you got to mitigate his impact. Mitigate him. Hit him. Grab him. Elbow him. You know, bite him. Throw him around. You know what I mean? Just be down and dirty. And that's what I like about Andrew Thomas. He reminds me of David Deal. David Deal, our starting left tackle, and right tackle, who wins 2 Super Bowls, was nasty, grimy, grinds you out. Him, Chris Snead, Sean O'Hara, they just grind you into a hole. Rick Seibert, Kareem McKenzie, Kevin Booth, they just grind on you. And that's what great offensive linemen, they grind on you and they make you quit. And that's what I'm seeing from Andrew Thomas. He's going to make people quit in the future. Yeah, Andrew Thomas, my dog. I love Andrew Thomas. I'm going to give me a jersey with Andrew Thomas. Shout out to the offensive lineman. Big Ugly. I love y'all. Caleb,
when Michael Parsons gets a bunch of sacks.
Not happening. Not happening. No, you know what they're going to do?
I hope you would be wearing that jersey.
Here's the thing, Caleb. They're going to put him on the right side because they don't want Andrew Thomas to take his soul. Like, no.
We got Randy Gregory on the other side, too. So it don't matter who's on his side.
Will be taken. 78 will take 94.
Andrew Thomas is going to get his ass kicked.
Guess what's going to happen? 94 is going to line up because Michael Parsons is scared. Then Andrew Thomas is going to take him to the grass and shove him in the ground. And then they'll be like, all right, Michael, I need you to go to Andrew Thomas' side because Grant Gregory isn't doing anything. Then he's going to put number 11
he's
in the
not
grass.
doing anything. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
You don't get suspended before the game. Watch him. Like your right tackle who tried to bribe.
They don't have those rules anymore. He's not going to get suspended.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're stupid. All right.
Anyways.
Your thoughts.
The Saints, I keep saying every week, they are who I thought they were because they're not a very good football team. Losing to the Giants says that clearly.
You're going to lose to the Giants.
What's that?
You're going to lose to the Giants, so you can't really
We're not
say
losing. No, it's not comedy hour. Jared, stop making jokes.
I'm hilarious, and I'm being honest. You ain't going to beat us.
Not
happening. You want to put a bet on it?
Saints losing to the worst team in football is not very good. Looks really bad. James Winston can't win these games because he's not good enough. That's the simple truth. They rely on Alvin Kamara all the damn time, and that's pretty much all they can rely on because they ain't gonna rely on Winston. Rather than on some trick play with Taysom Hill, which was a really good play because he bounced off like 15 of your guys.
Yeah, we didn't know how to tackle on that play. It was very sad. It was very sad.
But yeah, that's all I say. It's the Saints keep proving me right.
Yeah, man. I'll give you all the smoke. Reach out to Star Ferris being funny. Says that. Man, you ain't even a Cowboys fan, Star Drew. Derek saying save your smoke for Giants. I mean, I'm
pretty sure Star Drew is a Cowboys fan.
Yes. Well, Star Drew, What? Get out of here, Starger. You're from Canada. You can't be a Cowboys fan. You know what I mean? Be a Bills fan. You know what, Derek? Derek, you say Derek, you keep talking about all this smoke, Derek. I created the smoke. I was born in smoke. I'm always smoking. You know what I mean? Smoke is everywhere I go. I don't know how I've survived because I invented the smoke. You want the smoke? I got the smoke. Hickory smoke, burning wood all day.
Liquid
Forest
smoke.
fires, liquid smoke, forest fires. I got it all. You can have it all. Desert smoke.
You
Smoke
done?
out of nowhere. Hot tub
Can we get to
smoke.
the next game? Can we get to the next game?
Let's get to the next game. Cowboys Panthers. I was 36-28. It was an offensive shootout.
No, it wasn't.
No, actually, no, it wasn't. The game ended before the fourth quarter even started. And then it was two garbage.
They got those touchdowns in garbage time. I don't know what Ronnie wants to say. That's garbage time. When you're up 3 scores in the fourth quarter, that's garbage time. We let him back in. Okay, fine. I wasn't worried at all anytime they were scoring. Like I was good. Like we did our job in the third quarter. We got up on them big time. That's what we needed to do. We did what we needed to do, and we ran the ball great. Like I mean that's what we shut. And that's what I was worried about the most because they have a good defensive line, and everybody knows that. But we shoved it down their throats. Like Ezekiel at 143 yards, touchdown. Like he was looking so good. Everybody want to clown on him, say, "Oh, he's a backup. Oh, he's overpaid or whatever." Well, he proved y'all wrong, okay? Because he showed up. Tony Ball probably got his. Dak looking great. He threw 4 touchdowns. Like he was extremely efficient.
Yeah, he was 14 for 22 with 188 and 4 touchdowns. Zeke Elliott, 20 carries, 143 and a touchdown. So he finally exploded, played very well. It was 33-14 entering the fourth quarter. It's not really much. The Cowboys have a great
I don't know what you call garbage time when you're up 3 scores. Like if you're up 3 scores, that's pretty much garbage time. So come on now.
Derek Redley says the entire fourth quarter is not garbage time.
It is when you're up 3 scores.
Caleb, I've seen people come back in the fourth quarter from 3 scores.
Well,
here's the thing.
It's garbage time.
No, it's not. So the first part of the fourth quarter isn't garbage time. The second
that's why we took out our best defensive player at that time because it wasn't garbage time. Okay.
Oh yeah, but guess what? If they came back and scored 2 touchdowns off the bat, you would have brought him back in.
Well, we didn't because we weren't worried. That's why.
But it's not garbage time.
We weren't. It was if the other team is not worried about you coming back, it's garbage time. I wasn't worried. You think I was worried that they scored a touchdown? No. Because we had the game wrapped up in a freaking bow.
That's a good point. Good point. I mean, I hope Panthers fans see this. He said y'all ain't nothing. He wasn't worried about y'all. Y'all nothing. Y'all just. He said the Panthers was just dirt on the boot. That's what he said.
Well, why you have to make shit happen? Why are you trying to start shit? It's like
that's what you just said. Man.
I didn't say anything. I just said we had the game wrapped up. That's all I'm saying.
Said. Well, now let's transition to a game I really want to talk about. Cardinals Rams, and this is when I started thinking, Matthew Stafford is proving people right, but not in the good way because he was not very good.
He was doo-doo.
He was not very good. The Cardinals just showed up and showed out. James Conner is a touchdown sniper. So Chase Edmonds had 120 yards. And then when they were in the goal line, they brought in James Conner, and Conner got both touchdowns. You damn thief. Conner's a thief. He's a thief. He Lendell White, Reggie Bush. He Lendell Whited him, man. That's not okay. Kyler Murray looked very good. Literally, man, they had 3 receivers had over 60 yards receiving. Max Williams, the tight end, DeAndre Hopkins, and AJ Green. AJ Green is really enjoying not being the first option because now he gets the second corner. You know what I mean? Because he used to be the number 1 guy in Cincinnati. Then injuries took a toll, and bad quarterback play and bad organization. AJ Green is saying, I can be a semi number 1. I can't be a number 1 all the time, but I can be a semi number 1. I'm like, he's not a number 2. Like, here's the thing. He's not a number 2 either. He's not Nate Burleson. You know what I mean? He's not Nate Washington. He is like a semi number one. Like we all know who number one is. It's DeAndre. He's number one. But AJ Green's a good spot filler in the number one spots. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about AJ Green, because that's what he is. And it just, I hate to say this, man. I gotta apologize to Cliff Kingsbury. I gotta apologize to him somehow. I don't want to, because I think you getting fired and getting a promotion is horrible. But I guess
you might have just not been a good recruiter. That's why you failed in college.
That's true. But he had Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback, so he recruited very well somehow.
That's true. I forgot about that.
He chose Patrick Mahomes over Davis Webb and Baker Mayfield. And he still couldn't do nothing.
Well, I mean, didn't pay attention to the other side of the ball.
Yeah, man, he's not a like legitly, dude. He's not a very good head coach because he's just worried about the offense in college. And
yeah,
he's a failure. He was a failure. Like he is the definition of a failure. He was Kevin Sumlin's offensive coordinator. He had next. Like this is the next quarterback offensive guru genius. It was him and Lincoln Riley. He gets a head coaching job before Lincoln Riley. He gets a Texas Tech job at his alma mater and fails. Then Lincoln Riley becomes the head coach at Oklahoma and succeeds. It was him and Lincoln Riley. And, Steve Keim, here's the thing. Steve Keim's a genius, okay? Even though I don't agree with them telling Jordan Brooks, you're not good enough to start, so don't even try to win the starting job. I don't think that's a good thing. But Steve Keim is like, you know what? I'm going to take this failure, who's going to become the offensive coordinator at USC, this failure. I'm going to make this guy my head coach. I'm going to fire this coach I just hired, Steve Wilkes. I just hired this man. I'm going to fire this man. I'm going to hire this failure, and I'm going to trade my top 10 quarterback to draft another quarterback.
That's recognizing that you messed up.
Yeah. Steve Keim got some minerals.
Very self-aware.
Yeah, man. Steve Keim got some minerals on him. He was like, I messed up here and I messed up there. I'm firing both and I'm starting all over. Like most GMs don't. They be like, no, I didn't mess up.
They try to make it work. Like, no, it's gonna work until I'm right.
Exactly. And Steve Keim was like, I was wrong, and I'm getting rid of everybody. And that's why he hasn't got his job fired, because the Bidwells were like, our GM is smart. He screwed up and he fixed his mistake. And you know what, Steve Keim? Good on you, brother. This is all Steve Keim. Like, screw Cliff Kingsbury. This is all Steve Keim. Steve Keim is the reason the Cardinals are doing good. Because Steve Keim could have been like, no, we're not drafting Kyler Murray. We'll draft Nick Bosa. We're going Nick Bosa. We got Josh Rosen last year. He was our quarterback. We're gonna draft Nick Bosa instead. But he was like, no, my coach wants Kyler. I'm drafting Kyler. Boom. Like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
How? Because let's be real, man. Like, how many GMs have been like, no, we're gonna start this guy until the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? Like, see, same thing with Ryan Pace in Chicago. He messed up with Mitchell Trubisky. He tried to win somehow with him, with the defense and like he tried to win like Trent Dilfer won with the Baltimore Ravens. Good running game, a great defense. You know what I mean? With Mitchell Trubisky, because worse quarterbacks have won Super Bowls than Mitchell Trubisky. Rex Grossman made a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like it'd be like that. So he was like, that's how we're gonna win. And then when it was time to pay him, he was like, he ain't worth it. We're moving on. And they moved on and they got Justin Fields. Same thing with Ryan Pace. That's why Ryan Pace is gonna have his job saved, because he recognized his mistake. Caleb, you're correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. But on this game, this is the game I highlighted last week in my betting. I said the Cardinals are. This game was.
Shout out to Davon.
They were too good to have a 5-point spread. That's way too many points for teams this good. I don't care what you thought of Rams or what you thought of the Cardinals. For a divisional game that seemed pretty evenly matched, there's no way that you can just not take the Cardinals +5, because I mean it was going to be a close game no matter which way. And it ended up not being a close game because they ended up blowing them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have going real quick. And by the way, last week you called me crazy for the Rams when you were saying you disagree with my opinion that the Rams took that game against the Buccaneers way too seriously. They put all the energy into that game. They wanted it more than the Bucs did. And then they come out this past week and they come out flat. Why? Because they were spent. They were spent all the energy in the week before trying to beat the Bucs, and they did. And they come out this week and they were just totally flat and they had nothing going for them.
Yeah,
and I'm saying that's why I try to tell you, like, that stuff, like, it's weird and whatever. They all have in the feelings. Yeah. But it matters sometimes. Like, this shit matters.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dave. Dave was like, with this division, these games are always like this, very enjoyable. That's true. Like Seahawks, Niners, it was close. It was 7-0. And then the Niners lose 28-21. They're always close. A couple of those Seahawks, Niners games back in the day were always amazing. The Cardinals, Seahawks games were always good. Remember that game they had in Phoenix where the Cardinals went to overtime and they got a tie after, like, the Seahawks blocked a kick? Like, it's like the NFC West is wild. Like, I remember once the Cardinals were like, they had like the worst record in the division, and they beat the Seahawks 42-12. You remember that year when they got Kenyon Drake? They traded for Kenyon Drake, and then
Thursday night. That Thursday night.
No, that was a Saturday. That was a Sunday. That was Sunday. Oh, okay. It was like Kenyon Drake. They just traded for Kenyon Drake because they're like, give us Kenyon Drake. You're not using Kenyon Drake, and they start him because David Johnson was injured, and he has like 200 rushing yards, and you're just like, the Cardinals just beat the Seahawks, who are supposed to go to the playoffs. Like, this division is wild, man. This division is wild. So now, Caleb, man, let's transition over to this game. Let's talk about it real quick because it's near and dear to us, because it's near and dear to our producer Adelia. Ravens, Broncos. The Broncos completely. They lost because Teddy Bridgewater wasn't playing.
Yeah, he got hurt. He got a concussion.
Yeah, he got a concussion, so they took him out of the game. And the Broncos.
But I mean, they were losing. They were losing before he got hurt because the Ravens came out. I mean, I thought the defense was gonna contain Lamar a little better than they did. Lamar kind of took over was passing this time because he threw for over 300 yards, which he doesn't normally do. So that was surprising to see, especially against this defense. I guess just because he wasn't running the ball that much. And they after Teddy Bridgewater got hurt, they couldn't do anything on offense. I mean, Drew Lock. I mean, he really
got trash. He is trash. He is garbage. He is horrible. He's an abomination to the game of football. He shouldn't be allowed to play quarterback. He should be playing tight end. Yeah, I said it. Why are we allowing these quarterbacks who are trash to still play quarterback, but Tyree Jackson is forced to play tight end? I'm angry. I'm generally pissed off because Tyree Jackson has more talent playing quarterback than Drew Lock ever had. Tyree Jackson is 6'7", has an arm like a cannon. But they were like, no, we'll work with him. We'll work with Josh Allen. Josh Allen will work with him. But we won't work with Tyree Jackson. Because Tyree Jackson was too bad. Was horrible. Was not that good at Buffalo. Yeah, but he was fine. He was okay. But he had the same stats as Josh Allen and Drew Lock did. But Drew Lock played in the SEC. He sucked in the SEC. And he sucks now. You know when I knew he sucked, Caleb? You want to know when I knew he wasn't very good? You want to know? Let me tell you.
I already know, but you're gonna tell me anyways.
Well, let me repeat it to the audience. Let me repeat to the audience. It was a Sunday night game. No, it was a Monday night game. Let me kick up my feet real quick. All right. Okay. It was a Monday night game. Broncos, Chiefs. Broncos going down the field, charging, looking good. Drew Lock's playing very well. All right, his wide receiver, Tim Patrick, breaks outside. It's an out route. Drew Lock throws it to Tim Patrick, but he throws it on Tim Patrick's inside shoulder. And you know what happens, Caleb? Do you know what happens, Caleb?
I know what happens, but you're gonna say it anyways.
No. You know what happens?
Yeah, I know what happens. You told me like 500 times, but go ahead.
What did I tell you, Caleb?
You say
Tyrann Mathieu caught an interception. Tyrann Mathieu picked him off. Basic fundamentals of playing the game of quarterback. On outside routes, you throw it on the outside shoulder because either your receiver catches it or it goes out of bounds. Drew Lock, who apparently has a bunch of cred with people because he sung G-Eazy and rapped G-Eazy when he was on the bench. Apparently, that's all you have to do for people to defend you is rap a couple G-Eazy songs. Or Jeezy or G-Eazy. Who is it? Was it Jeezy or G-Eazy? Either or, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He sucks. People, when I said Teddy Bridgewater was going to be the starter, people looked at him like, no, he's not. Drew Lock's still there. What the hell does that mean? The man doesn't know how to throw the ball correctly. You don't throw it inside on an outside route. Am I losing my mind when I say that?
No, he's terrible.
He's horrible. And that's why Lamar Hunt's daughter dumped his ass. Because he stinks. All right. And, the Broncos were missing Bradley Chubb, so was Von Miller and a bunch of jabronis.
Yeah. So but kudos to the Ravens defense for holding them to a run. They held Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams to, was it less than 100 yards? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was barely 100 yards. It was 56.
Yeah, barely 100 yards.
Yeah, it was 56 for Melvin, 48 for Javonte. Yeah, the Ravens defense actually showed up this time around. They showed up, and it's abundantly clear that Latavius Murray is now their starter, and they've kind of gone away from Tyshawn Williams.
Yeah, they sat him.
Yeah, they sat him. Soldier Wood is what Garnett West likes to call him. Marquise Brown had 4 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown, 22.8 yards a catch, which is very good. And any of your final thoughts on this game, Caleb?
The reaction to the final play was funny. The Broncos head coach, was very mad about them getting that 5 yards.
You know what? The man threw the ball to the end zone when he was down by 16. What was with 30 seconds left? Shut up! Don't talk to me about player safety. Well, you think that touchdown was going to be 18 points? It's not NFL Street. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Which Caleb? Caleb, did you pick the Broncos?
Yes, I did pick the Broncos.
I think I picked the Broncos too.
You picked the Broncos too. We were both wrong. So why you not call out just me? Call out Ferris too, goddammit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm mesmerized. All right, now, Caleb, let's talk about our 2 primetime games that ended the night. Let's talk about the Sunday night game. Bucks, Patriots, and all the surrounding drama of the game. Will Tom Brady and Bill Belichick shake hands? Will they meet? Who was more right? Was it Bill? Was it Tom? What the fans will do? The fans, do they boo him? They cheer him? What jerseys? What happened? Is it going to be a good game? It was raining. Steven Belichick is probably on drugs, and we don't even know it. So, Caleb, your thoughts on the Sunday night game and the encompassing theatrics?
I didn't give a fuck about any of this bullshit. All the Tom Brady going back to Tampa was stupid. I didn't give a damn. I don't care. Who gives a crap? Brady don't even care. He don't give a care about beating the crappy Patriots team. Like, my God. Like, the coverage of this game was making me freaking sick. I turned off the pregame. Like, I did not give a damn about any of that garbage. I knew this game was going to be garbage because of low scoring. I didn't know it was going to be like garbage like that it was going to be low scoring like that. I thought the Buccaneers blow them out. But my God, man. It was bad because of the rain. The weather really affected how Tom Brady was throwing the ball. And, Mac Jones is Mac Jones, so he ain't scoring no points. But, I mean, come on. Like, this, I don't give a crap about any of that. I don't care about Brady and Belichick. I don't care if they hug each other or kiss each other or, I don't give a damn. Who gives Who cares? Who cares about the Patriots? Very relevant franchise. The only time they were relevant because they had Brady. That's the only reason. People didn't hate the Patriots. They hated Brady. Like, my God.
You're completely wrong. I needed the theatrics. I wanted theater. I love theater in my NFL. I love it. I love that when you have a story to latch onto and it's juicy and it's meaty and it's phenomenal, man. It's like a good, nice filet T-bone. And that's what Sunday Night Football was. It was a filet T-bone. Shout out to Rodney Harrison, who made people hold his umbrella for him. I want to point Rodney Harrison for that too. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Get your money, Rodney. Hey, man. Yeah, we got Steve Belichick's facial expressions. It was worth it. Hell yeah, it was worth it. What was he on, man? He was on something. Whatever he got, I don't want, because it freaked me out. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, bro. I knew this game was going to be horrible, so I had to latch onto the theatrics, because it was going to be horrible one way or the other. Either the Patriots were going to get blown out, or the game was going to be bad because of the weather. And here's the thing, too. The weather did help, but also here's the thing. It proved one thing. It was both of them. It was both of them. It was a master game plan by Bill Belichick. Because even in the rain, Tom Brady has succeeded with the Patriots. He succeeded in the snow and the rain. So don't give me that, the rain affected Tom Brady. The man's played in snow.
I mean, he's an old man now, though. He's an old man, though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Get out of here.
Get out of here. He's a little old man. He's a little old man.
Forget it. But here's the thing it tells me, too. Master game planning by Bill Belichick. But then Bill Belichick, with the master game plan, he still needed the player to lead a good late round comeback. And that's what Tom Brady did for the Bucs. They need each other. They are one and the same. They are two peas in a pod that got angry at each other. They're the same person. And here's what happened. You're not going to be friends with someone who's just like you, because your faults are their faults and you will be irritated by them, because people are irritated with themselves. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are the same person, and they are one and the same. They are the reason the dynasty existed, because they were the reasons. Robert Kraft wasn't the reason. The other players weren't the reasons. It was them two. It was them two only. That's what it was. And that, like, the debate is over, because the debate was finalized. The answer is both. Is it Bill? It's both.
It was Brady. It was Brady.
No, it was both.
Belichick didn't do crap. He had the same team with Bledsoe, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he did. They made the playoffs.
Oh, they did win a Super Bowl? No.
Tom Brady didn't win a Super Bowl the first year he started.
Yeah, he did. He came in and he won the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. He won the Super Bowl.
Yes, he did. 2001. 2001. Bledsoe gets hurt. No, dude. 2001. Bledsoe gets hurt. They won the Super Bowl.
Man, you had the times wrong, bro.
Dude, that's literally the story. That's why it's such a great story.
They be lying, man. They be lying them stories, bro. Man, come on, man.
Brady won the Super Bowl in his first starting year.
That was the following year.
No, it was 2001. 2001, the New England Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Can you shut up real quick, please? Thank you.
Oh my God! Why you even look this up? Like, everybody knows this. Like, literally, it's the most famous story. How you need to look this up?
Because I need to look this up.
How? He set his first year in 2000. Bledsoe gets hurt in 2001. He takes over. He wins the Super Bowl. That's why it's such a great story.
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, exactly. They're Professor Klump and Buddy Love. We know who Professor Klump is, Bill Belichick. We know who Buddy Love is, Tom Brady, because he has that face that doesn't age. And I liked it, man. It was phenomenal. Like, hey, man, I like the theatrics, the drama queenness. I loved it,
man. No theatrics and no drama. There was no nothing. It was overblown nonsense.
You're a sourpuss. You know what I mean? You're a sourpuss, bro. Like, seriously. What is wrong with you? Why can't you enjoy a little bit of the drama?
If there was any drama?
There was drama.
There was no drama.
Phooey. Nonsense.
Drama, a goddamn soap opera, for God's sakes.
I love Days of Our Lives. The Young and the Restless. The Bold and the Beautiful. General Hospital. Get out of here, kid. You act like you've never watched those. All right, man. Well, let's finalize on our last week's recap, Caleb. Your city, the Las Vegas Raiders failed to succeed in winning in LA against the Los Angeles Chargers. And it was a masterclass by Justin Herbert. He just took the Raiders apart. Second-year player, and he's doing this to them. And here's the thing too, man. People were like, "Oh, he had 3." His adjustment is what was phenomenal. Because here's the thing. When he was targeting running backs and tight ends, he was 16 for 18. When he was targeting wide receivers, he was 13 for 18. He realized the Raiders can't stop my running backs or my tight ends. They have horrible linebackers, and they can't stop them. I'm going to go to them. Darnay Parham Jr. and Austin Eckler caught touchdown passes. I think Austin Eckler had a touchdown pass. Jared Cook had a touchdown pass, a catch, like touchdown catch. Austin Eckler had 15 carries for 117 and 7.8 a carry. 7.8 a carry, man. You know what that means? That means that offensive line was getting a massive push. Rashawn Slater, Forrest Lamp, Corey Linsley, the former center of the Green Bay Packers, who's now the center for the Chargers, is a big addition to them, and he leads that unit. And people talk about, oh, Patrick Mahomes this, Patrick Mahomes that. And Deshaun Watson this, Deshaun Watson that. Deshaun Watson doesn't exist anymore in this conversation. The young quarterbacks you need to keep your eyes on. It's made very abundantly clear. Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and number 10, Justin Herbert. Those 4.
I'll throw Joe Burrow in there.
I will when the Bengals do something of substance, but right now he's still out.
Well, he's still out on the Bengals. What he's doing with the Bengals is pretty good, man. You're playing with the Bengals.
That's a good point. You have a good point. Fine, we'll throw Joe Burrow in there. But here's the thing too, man. Only one of them is in the NFC, and the other 4 are in the AFC. So the AFC is gonna have the playoffs are gonna be crazy. Imagine a playoffs in the AFC with Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. Imagine that, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine that. That's crazy.
It was like the NFC, and they had all them good quarterbacks.
Exactly.
And I just switched to AFC.
Yeah, and you don't know you don't know who's gonna win. Like now it's not guaranteed. Like, no offense. The Chargers beat the Ravens back with Phillip Rivers. So the Chargers have beaten the Ravens. But Justin Herbert hasn't beaten the Ravens, but the Chargers have beaten the Ravens. The Ravens have beaten the Chiefs. The Chargers have beaten the Chiefs. So they've beaten each other. And they all know each other. And it's going to be great. It's going to be phenomenal. Those 3 quarterbacks it's going to be phenomenal with those 3 dueling it out for the next 20 years. 20 years of this, Caleb. We're going to have 20 years of this. And I'm excited. Caleb, your thoughts on that game? And then I have one more thought about the LA Chargers.
Well, I mean, I think you're going to say the Raiders fans
filled up that stadium. It was a home game for the Raiders, basically.
Yeah. Well, that means home game for everybody in that state when the Chargers play.
But
I picked the Chargers. I like the Raiders aren't the same when they go on the road. And the Justin Herbert's playing great. I mean, he's playing excellent. Like, they put it on him 21-0 at halftime. Like, there was a weather delay, and
which is stupid. Which is stupid. They're indoors.
Yeah, I don't know.
LA people can't handle thunder and lightning, I guess.
They're LA people.
Yeah, LA people.
But Justin Herbert, was doing a thing. I mean, Derek Carr, had a chance. He was coming back. Like, I mean, give him credit. He was coming back. They almost had it. He threw a pick when they were driving down to tie the game, and that's what ended it. I mean, it happens. They'll get back, and I think the Raiders. I don't think less of the Raiders that they lost to the Chargers. Like, the Raiders are still a good team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the Chargers are a good team. They're both good.
They're
both going to be going back and forth in this division.
Yes, I agree. And now my final thoughts on this game. No one gives a damn about the LA Chargers. No one cares. Yeah, Caleb. But The whole second half was
Fourth
garbage time.
quarter. It was the
It doesn't
fourth quarter
matter.
with 11 minutes left. My God, dude. It was the fourth, not the third. Oh my goodness.
Back to my rant. No one gives a damn about the Los Angeles Chargers, and it's extremely sad. It's extremely sad because San Diego fans are a good. The Chargers had a great fan base in San Diego, but the issue was about money. The value of the team never raised in San Diego because it's San Diego, but also they didn't have a good stadium to play in because the city of San Diego wasn't like you're rich, go build your own stadium. The Chargers, they have no home. They're renting space from Stan Kroenke. That's Stan Kroenke's stadium. That's the Rams stadium. The NFL made the Rams bring the Chargers with them. The Chargers were Oklahoma State. You know when Oklahoma threatened to leave, is leaving to the SEC, and the state of Oklahoma was like, "Oh, you have to take Oklahoma State with you. You have to take them with you." Oklahoma doesn't want to take Oklahoma State with them, but they probably have to. You know what I mean? That same thing here. The Rams had to take the Chargers because Stan Kroenke was the richest one in the group, and he built his own stadium with his own funding by himself. He's married to a Walmart, for God's sake. You know what I mean? No one cares about that, and it's sad, man, because they have the better quarterback. Like I always defended Matt Stafford, but he ain't better than my dog Justin Herbert. I've been following Justin Herbert since he was my starting quarterback in Oregon. That was my dude, and I'm angry that we never won a title with him because of the coaches we had at the University of Oregon. Mark Herzlich, then we had Willie Taggart, and then we had Mario Cristobal. The Willie Taggart just ruined everything. You know what I mean? And it kind of like stalled Justin Herbert a little. But he always had something special. He's 6'6", 225. He has all the physical tools. And this team is exciting, man. Austin Eckler is exciting to watch. Like watching him throwing the ball is just phenomenal. Mike Williams has always been special to me. I've always loved Mike Williams. You know what I mean? They never properly used him correctly. And Keelan Allen is just Mr. Consistency. Every year, man. You had a blunt knocking guys out. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but I'll find out what it means. Yeah, man. No one cares about the LA Chargers, and it's sad. It's sad, but the NFL doesn't care. They don't care. But I care. Because I miss the San Diego Chargers.
Well, you're the only one.
I'm the only one, I guess. I'm the only one. Shout out to Justin Herbert. Love you, dog. Oregon, fool. Oh, yeah. LeGarrette Blount. Yeah, he was knocking dudes out. He got into a couple of fights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he knocked out that Boise State guy. So he clocked him. Clang! Right on the jaw. Pop. All right, Caleb. Now let's transition over to the upcoming week. We're going to preview. And then you're going to give me a couple of games to watch on the money on the betting side, all right?
Yep.
All right, let's start off with the first game in the 6:30 window because this game is in London. We'd like to apologize for the British because we're giving you the Jets versus the Falcons. Hope you guys love those games. So Jets, Falcons, Caleb, who you got?
I have the Jets, and I was gonna pick the Falcons because usually, even though it's weird that the home team usually has advantage, even in London for some reason, but because I think they travel first before even the away team does. I think that's why it gives them a little bit of advantage. But I wanted to pick the Falcons, but seeing that Calvin Ridley and I think even Russell Gage are both out, I don't know who the hell Matt Ryan's gonna throw to. You know, so I can't pick them. I don't know they're going to produce any offense. I don't like picking the Jets because the Jets aren't a very good football team, but got to go Jets.
All right, just give me a minute. Sorry, man. I'm bringing up my pick'ems. What the hell's going on? What the?
You pick the Jets or the Falcons, Ferris. It's not that hard.
No. Here's the thing. It's screwed up. It screwed up my fantasy thing, and now it deleted my entire pick'ems.
Yeah, like Derek. Yeah, I would probably pick him on my line too because I would not pick the spread in this because it can go either way.
Here it is. Yes,
small enough. Doesn't even matter. Anyways. Okay.
I picked the Jets. Why does this keep showing up? I don't want to do this. Yes, I picked the Jets. The Jets to win. Because, like you said, who the hell is Matthew Stafford going to throw the ball to? Cordero Patterson? By himself?
Probably.
That's it? Just that gang? Just that one dude? And, you know, I'm a big fan of Robert Saleh, and I think he will shut down Cordero Patterson because he doesn't have to worry about the other wide receivers. You know, and what's his face? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Dude, they screwed up my pick'ems, bro. They screwed up my pick'ems. They literally screwed up my pick'ems. Now I don't know who I picked. I do not know who I picked. And I'm not trying to like double dally on my things, bro. Yeah, this keeps popping up, bro. Like I'm already in the pick'ems.
I don't know.
I'm already in that. I mean, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I'll try to guess who I picked. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I picked the Jets. Literally, I trust Robert Saleh. The Falcons defense isn't very good, so Zach Wilson is going to do what he did to the Titans to the Falcons. Michael Carter, the running back's very good, and there's no one on that defense who can stop Jamison Crowder or Corey Davis. Like there isn't. You know what I mean? So that's why. And Robert Saleh will get that defense to play well. Quincy and Quinnen Williams will play very well again because of Robert Saleh, and that's why. It's because of Robert Saleh, and I trust them. I'm going Jets. Jets? All right.
Yeah, I'm going Jets.
All right. Next game, in the first game in the 10 o'clock window, Patriots-Texans. I'm going to go first. I'm going Patriots because they're against the Texans. Mac Jones looks good against bad teams, and Bill Belichick is a way better coach than David Culley. And he's going to create a scheme to stop the Texans without Tyrod Taylor. Davis Mills doesn't scare me. Neither does David Johnson, and neither does Brandon Cooks. And the Texans defense, who's on it? That even matter? Nobody.
I don't even know.
Exactly. Patriots. You kill it.
Yeah, I'm going Patriots as well. I mean, Bill Belichick's record against rookie quarterbacks speaks for itself. I mean, I don't think he's lost. He makes them look silly. And Davis Mills is going to have a tough time because Patriots still have a pretty good defense. Mac Jones, like you said, plays good against bad teams, and this is a bad team. And he'll throw his thinking dunks all over the field, and that'll be enough to win.
Yes. Shout out to Matthew Judon, body built by Taco Bell. All right, our next game is Lions-Vikings. And I believe I picked the Vikings because of this very unit. It's a 10 o'clock game. No one's watching. So Kirk Cousins is going to play very well because he chokes when everyone's watching. So no one's watching. He's going to play very well. The Lions don't have anybody who could stop Justin Jefferson or Adam Thielen. And they're just going to run over them. That's what it's going to happen. Caleb.
Yeah, I got the Vikings. I'm just tired of picking the Lions. I picked the Lions too many times. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, they just don't win. They're just not coached well. I mean, this is the Vikings. They have better offense. They have better weapons on offense. You know, with them two receivers. I don't even know if the running back is back, but
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if he's back, but I don't even think it matters because they're gonna beat the Lions.
All right, now let's turn to our other game. For Derek and Brodney, Panthers-Eagles. I'm going with the Panthers, even though they've lost a couple of key pieces like J.C. Horn, and I believe Shaq Thomas is now injured as well. But like we said earlier, the Stephon Gilmore trade. They traded for Stephon Gilmore. Mm-hmm. Now they have Stephon Gilmore and C.J. Henderson on the outside.
And Stephon's not playing in this game. He's not playing this game.
He won't be playing in this game because he's still rehabbing his injury, I believe. Also, too, man, I just don't trust the Eagles. Like, what are they? You know what I mean? And like, here's the thing, exactly. So, like, and honestly, I think the Panthers are going to rely on their defensive line to stop them. And I think DJ Moore is gonna rip that defense apart. He's gonna explode and like just rip it apart. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Caleb, your thoughts?
Yeah, the Eagles have really bad defense right now. I mean, look at how much points they've scored on the last 2 weeks. They've got 40 points scored on them in each of the last 2 games. That's bad. They're leaking badly on defense. Panthers, yeah, they don't have Christian McCaffrey. They might still struggle with that, but Schubert is good enough to go against this defense. Sam Darnold still looks pretty good. You know, he got to more or less, so I have no problem picking the Panthers here.
So Derek says 2017 Panthers. I'm going 28-10 Panthers.
Yeah, I would go more. I think Panthers are going to
Caleb,
be
quick
bad.
question. What happens first? Detroit gets a W or Urban Meyer gets fired or resigns?
Probably Lions. Lions can squeak out a win.
Yeah, they Lions get their first victory. All right, Caleb. Now Saints, Washington. I picked the Saints because they're going to bounce back from the Giants win, and the Washington football team is the Washington football team. They beat us because they got lucky, and they barely beat the Falcons by 4 against a horrible team, and they barely beat them by 4. So they're going to play a team better than the Falcons. Inconsistent, but definitely better. I'm going Saints.
I'm going Saints because I don't even think they're better than Washington. I think they're pretty much the same teams.
I said they're better than the Falcons.
Honestly, the only reason why I'm picking the Saints is because I don't want to have too many. It's just away teams have been winning. They've been pretty even. And a lot. If you just go by week, I'm basically basing this totally on analytics of there's a lot of 8-8 or and really right now the home teams have the advantage over the in the away teams have the advantage over the home teams right now. That's pretty simply why I'm picking the Saints because I've when I was going down the line, I was picking too many home teams and I had to pick some away teams. So this is one I just had to go with the away team on this one.
Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna go Titans, Jaguars. Caleb, your thoughts?
Titans with all the stuff that's been happening with the Jaguars and Urban Meyer, they are totally distracted. They were making fun of them on at practice. They said 1, 2, 3 grind when they broke the huddle. That was hilarious. They don't respect this coach. They don't want to play for this dude. He is an embarrassment to himself, to his team, to his family. They're not good. They're not going to win. There's no way. There's no way they win this game. Titans going to win easily.
I mean, there's this graphic going around Twitter of when he was on Fox's Big Noon Kickoff, where he says, "What are the signs of a dysfunctional organization?" It said, lack of trust, no accountability, and some other stuff. Titans are gonna beat them soundly because one, they lost DJ Chark to an ankle injury. Marvin Jones and the Viscous Channel have to step up. But Urban Meyer is a joke. He's not a joke as a college head coach. He's phenomenal as a college head coach. He's a joke as a human being. He's a joke as an NFL coach. He's not a good person. He's not a good person. Literally, he started off his tenure by hiring a strength and conditioning coach who has allegations of being a racist that have been proven. He tries to get Tim Tebow to play tight end at the age of 34. Why? He blames college kids for taking him away from his family dinner and allowing himself to get grinded upon a woman who's probably 20 years younger than he is. You know what I mean? Probably old enough to be his daughter. And he doesn't accept any responsibility. Blamed it on the kids. If I was Shad Khan, I would have been fired this man. I would have fired him already and started calling Kansas City and be like, hey, is Eric Bieniemy interested in this job? Eric, please tell me you're interested in this job. Titans.
Yeah.
Titans. All right. Now Caleb, the Dolphins, Bucks, and in the 10 o'clock window. I'm going Bucks. because the Dolphins don't have their starting quarterback. They look disorganized, and the Bucks are the Bucks. They're gonna be playing in Florida. Weather is back down to the sunny old selves, and there's no one on the Dolphins that I can say can stop Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, and they're gonna go off. And Antonio Brown too. He's probably gonna go off as well. Your thoughts?
Well, the Dolphins couldn't even beat the Colts. Carson Wentz playing like crap at home, and you can't even do it. You can't even beat them. Like I picked them last week. They disappointed. So I ain't definitely not gonna pick you against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Like this is an easy win for the Bucks.
Exactly. All right. Now let's talk Packers Bengals. I think this game's gonna be closer than people think, but I'm going Packers because of Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Because the Bengals, who did they really beat? They beat the Jaguars and the Steelers and who else?
Jaguars, Steelers, and Vikings.
Vikings. So like bad teams, like average to bad teams. Packers aren't a bad team, and I think Matt LaFleur is becoming a very good coach because I think Aaron Rodgers' problem isn't with Matt LaFleur, it's with the front office. You know what I mean? Because he likes Matt LaFleur. And Matt LaFleur is a pretty good coach, man. He's a pretty good coach. He needs to get over the hump, but he's a good coach. I'm going Packers.
I'm going Bengals, and I'll talk about it in my betting Sunday.
Oh, interesting. All right, now let's talk Broncos Steelers. I don't know who I picked in the pick 'em. That's the thing, because this game I think was probably hard for me, because both of these teams stink. Because one of them has Drew Lock, and the other has Ben Roethlisberger. I just thought I picked the Broncos, probably because of that defense and only that defense. Von Miller, Justin Simmons, and I think they're going to run the ball very well because the Steelers have a lot of players on injury. So I think they're going to run the ball, and the Broncos are going to keep it low, like 2014 type game. Broncos.
Broncos and who again? Steelers. Yeah, I have to. I think they're gonna have Teddy Bridgewater for this game. Might have gone. I probably would have gone Steelers. If Drew Lock was playing. Even though the Steelers their offense is horrible, but Roethlisberger is just done. I still would have gone them because I think that their Steelers defense is still good enough to at least push them through the game. But if Ted Bridgewater is playing, I will pick the Broncos because they'll score more points than that terrible Steelers offense.
All right. And now let's try to Caleb is the city of Vegas versus the Chicago Bears. What Caleb likes to say. Let's go with you, Caleb. What about you? Start with you.
Vegas gonna do whatever we always do. We're gonna show up. We don't lose at home. We ain't gonna lose. We ain't losing in Vegas. We have best home field advantage in sports. We best sports town. Raiders are just better. I mean, Bears can't pick a quarterback. They finally picked Fields. Cool. You pick a back quarterback. He's gonna be looking like crap since he's been starting. The reason why they won last week is because they ran the ball, not because of him. They did exactly what Ohio State did and took the ball out of his hands and gave it to Trey Sermon. And then the Bears took that. That's how we cover them. We run the ball. So Bears going to win the season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, David Montgomery's probably not playing. He did get hurt in the game the previous week. I'm going Raiders because they are at home. They play differently at home, and I think Derek Carr is gonna play better because he needs to prove to Joey Bosa when he gets pressured, he doesn't fold like a folding chair. He needs to prove Joey Bosa wrong, and I think if he has any minerals in his body, he will do it. He will prove him wrong. So I'm going Raiders. I also pick the Raiders and the pick 'em as well. All right, now Caleb, one of the games in the 1 o'clock window that I'm really looking forward to, it is Browns Chargers. I'm gonna go first. I'm going with the Chargers because Justin Herbert is better than Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield is playing with a partially torn labrum, so he's hurt. So he's
So
not
he
gonna have
says.
this. Yeah, so he says. So he says. I'm not gonna say he's lying, but he said that. But the Browns are susceptible to be scored upon. They gave up the lead against the Chiefs, and I think this Chargers offense is just as good. I'm not saying it's the best, but it's pretty damn good because number 10 is leading the way. You know what I mean? And that's why the Chargers will win. And I'm a big fan of Brandon Staley, the head coach. I'm a big fan of him. Chargers. Let's do this.
I have the Chargers as well. Baker doesn't look good at all. Like, he was awful. Like, they should not have won that game. Somehow they won it because the rest of their talent is good enough to win that game for them because the Vikings aren't very good. And Baker just doesn't look good. Like, I wouldn't pay him. Like, the Browns should not pay this guy. They should franchise tag him or just totally get rid of him because he's not the quarterback. He's not the answer in Cleveland. He's gonna. You guys are not gonna win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield. And in this game, Chargers just playing great. Justin Herbert's playing great. I mean, and they're at home. Like, even though that doesn't mean that much because they have no fans, but the Browns still have to travel across the country into LA, and so that's gonna take toll. So Chargers gonna win this game.
All right, Caleb. Now the game of the week, America's game of the week. The game of the week for us. This game will determine our souls.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, that's a little too far. That's a little too far. A rivalry as old as time. A rivalry filled with more hatred than a man looking at Brussels sprouts. A rivalry with many moments.
Brussels sprouts.
I like Brussels sprouts too. A rivalry with multiple different ways of contention and pain. A rivalry that dawned Jerry's world with Eli Manning signing the wall.
Oh, that's bullcrap. That story is totally bull. He signed his locker, for God's sake, inside a wall.
He signed something. It doesn't matter what he signed, but he signed it.
And it got wiped off really quick.
Yeah, because you're losers. Because you're losers. And you couldn't accept defeat because we won the first ever game in Jerry's world, baby.
You guys got lucky. You guys won by 2 points. Like, get over it.
A win's a win, loser. Remember that.
Oh! Remember how we beaten you 7 times out of the last 8 times? Remember that?
We beat you last year.
Oh, okay, 1 game. We beat you 7 times before that.
You know what? Giants win this game because of this one reason. Your defense is overrated.
Yeah,
overrated.
Sure. When Danny Dimes throws 2 picks to Trayvon Diggs, you keep saying that.
Not happening. Because you know why? Because Kenny Galladay is going to body Trayvon Diggs. 6'5", can run like a gazelle, can jump like a giraffe. He's going to body Trayvon Diggs. Number 19 going to get 100 on him. 2 TDs.
Watch it, dog. This is not comedy hour, Ferris. I don't know why you're trying to do stand-up comedy right now. Okay, Ferris somehow left. I don't know where he went. So, but
Who did that? You do that? You slide dog? Did you kick me out?
No, the universe kicked you out because you were speaking such goddamn nonsense. That's why. That's what happens when you speak that stupidly.
You're speaking nonsense because we're gonna win. Let me tell you why we're gonna win. Our defense is playing a little bit better. Is it the best? No, it's not. We're playing a little bit better. And it's gonna be a shootout. We're gonna win the shootout, homie. We're gonna win the shootout. Let me tell you why we're gonna win the shootout. You people are overrated. You think your running backs can guard Saquon Barkley? You think Leighton Vander Esch can guard the Quan? The Quan will run all over you and Jabril Cox. And guess what? Andrew Thomas is going to shove Randy Gregory into the ground. And then Michael Parsons is going to come to that side and be like, we need you to do some damage on Andrew Thomas. And guess what? Andrew Thomas is going to put him into the ground. 6 feet. Andrew Thomas. Watch it. And guess what, Caleb? Kadarius Toney going to dance on you. Going to dance on you. You know what? Keep laughing with your stupid self. Because even if you beat us, you'll choke at the end of the season like you always do.
You
choking,
hope so.
Yeah, you choking against the Packers, choking against the Washington football team. Tony Romo throwing interceptions every single year in Week 17. Can't beat the Minnesota Vikings with Brett Favre. It was multiple years.
That was 1 year. He
didn't
even play the next year. Kyle Orton played that game the next year, dumbass.
Whatever. You still sucked and you still lost. Nah, man. Giants win. 35-30.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's a dumb score. 36-30. Let's go with that.
That's even stupider. What are you doing?
Nah, I didn't pick the Cowboys in the pick 'em. I picked the Giants, dipshit. Shut up, Jeremy.
No, the Cowboys are going to win this game easily. We're going to freaking sleep through this game. I mean, my God. Like, the way we're rolling, the way Dak is playing, the way Trayvon Diggs is going to intercept. No, you had your time. You shush. You had your time. I just sit there. No, you shush. You shush.
One more thing.
No, I don't need you to tell me nothing. I don't need you to tell me nothing. No, you had your time. You had your time. You should have said it.
Watch the Cowboys lose. Watch the Cowboys lose and Caleb not show up in the voice chat. Because guess what? If the Giants lose, I'll still show up because I'm a man. Unlike you. No. You'll be crying in a corner. Now continue.
I'll cry for about a couple minutes and then I'll get in the voice chat.
Yeah. Continue.
But it's not happening. I don't need to cry because look how great we are. We're the best team. We're the best team. That's why we're going to win. And not even the fact that we're better than the Giants because Giants suck. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL right now.
The only team you beat that was good was the Chargers.
What are you talking about? Beat the Panthers and Chargers.
Yeah, Panthers ain't that good. Overrated.
You see what he's saying about the Panthers, y'all?
They're not that good. Derek.
I'm just saying. You see, this guy over there.
Derek literally said they're a bottom 5 team this year. Their own fans don't.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why their fans hate the team. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah,
but anyway, Cowboys the best team. We played 2 good teams. No matter what you want to say. And again, I mean, my God, like we turned the ball over, and guess what? Daniel Jones is? He's a turnover goddamn machine.
Not anymore.
He is. Oh, don't worry about it. He's gonna get sacked by Rager. He's gonna get sacked by Marcus Parsons, and he ain't gonna know which way is up or down. Like Saquon Barkley is very overrated. Like all he does is run one big play and it goes backward the other 50 plays. Like he's not that great. I mean, my God, like dude gets all his yards off of one play. Like that's not a good running back. So
having a big play is now a detriment to a running back.
When that's all you do the whole damn game.
Those always end in a touchdown, Caleb.
No, he has one. Yeah, it happens one time. He doesn't. What does he do for the rest of the game? He goes backwards. That's what he does. It is a detriment when all you do is go backwards the whole game.
Yeah, well, guess what? He's gonna go forwards all over up in your derriere.
No, Zeke is gonna run all over your damn crappy defense.
Nah,
you
man,
guys have Blake Martinez out. How the hell are you gonna stop Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott with that guy out?
That's
their best linebacker. You got nothing else. You guys got nothing else.
We're gonna win.
No.
All right, man. Let's transition over before you start. Before you keep embarrassing yourself.
Suck ass team. You guys, you're worst team in football. Worst team in football. My God, you guys suck.
There were worse teams than us. The Jaguars.
There is not worst team. The Jaguars can beat y'all.
Oh, absolutely not.
The Jaguars can beat y'all.
Hell no. We'll beat the Jets. I know that for a fact.
No, you won't.
All right, now let's the last 3 games, Caleb. Our last game before our 2 primetime games. Niners, Cardinals. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals because the Niners don't look fully formed yet. Jimmy Garoppolo is injured. We don't know if he's going to come back or not. Yes, yeah, I did notice that, Derek. He said Pollard before.
Oh, my God. It doesn't matter? My God. Elliott is the better running back. My God. He's going to pound out all y'all.
Star Drew.
The Panthers got his ass kicked by Elliott. So what are you even talking about?
Time out. Star Drew, I'm not betting you $20 on this game. Leave me alone. All right.
Why not? Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Why are you scared, Paris? You seem so confident.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, screw it. Star Drew, $20. $20. Bet. $20. I bet. All right, we're betting right now.
You just lost $20.
No, I just want. You know what's crazy? He's in Canada. I just want 20 Canadian dollars. That's nothing. What's that? What's that in American?
You didn't win. They're not gonna. What are you talking about? You're not gonna win the bet.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. The Giants suck ass.
Okay, the Cardinals are going to beat the Niners because the Cardinals are a fully formed team. Their defense is very solid. They have Isaiah Simmons, Chandler Jones, and they have Byron Murphy Jr. and Buda Baker in the back end. And their offense is very good. And the Niners are out of corners. They have no corners. So Max Williams, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Rondell Moore, they're gonna just tear them apart. That's why. Like, could the Niners do something with Trey Lance? Maybe. But here's the thing: we don't know if Jimmy or Trey are starting because we don't know how significant Jimmy's injury is. So we don't really know. So that's why I'm going with the Cardinals due to the fact that the Niners have no corners to stop the weapons, and you don't know which quarterback's playing, and you don't know which running back's playing. You know what I mean? So I'm going with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cardinals. They're just playing awesome right now. Kyle Murray looks pretty unstoppable. And if the Niners are playing Trey Lance, that the rookie quarterback's struggling, especially against this defense. This Cardinals defense is really something right now, and he won't know how to deal with that. And Cardinals like one of the best teams in the league. I mean, I'm really seeing how the Niners even have a chance in this one. It's a divisional game. It's all they maybe they can do something,
but here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. In these divisional games, the Cardinals have actually beaten the Niners. Remember the year that the Niners went to the Super Bowl? They split both games with the Cardinals, and both games had like an average margin of victory of like 4 points. It was like they were close games, and that's why I think the Cardinals are going to win. The Cardinals are going to win. All right, Kale, to end it off, right before we get to our betting segment.
Well, there's 2 more games.
Yeah, no, I know. We're about to talk about the right before we get to the betting segment. Our 2 primetime games. Yeah. Bills Chiefs on Sunday night. Caleb, we'll start with you. Who you got?
Bills, and I'll talk about the betting segment.
Bills.
Yeah.
I'm also picking the Bills because here's the thing, Caleb. You know when you said the Rams took the Bucs game a little too serious?
Yeah.
The Bills are going to take this game too serious. And they're going to come out and they're going to win the game to prove to them that we barely lost to them last year and we can hang. And also, too, the Chiefs have no defense. And the Bills have a defense. You know what I mean? The Bills have a good enough defense to stop Patrick Mahomes once or twice. And that's all you need to do, because if you stop Patrick Mahomes once or twice, the Chiefs defense isn't going to stop you because they stink. That's why I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. Chiefs defense isn't up to snuff, and the Bills are going to take this game extremely serious, very serious. More Bills. All right, Caleb. Now let's end it off. We got Ravens, Colts. Who you got?
I have the Ravens. Monday Night Football. Ravens looked good last time they were on Monday Night Football. They almost won. They got beat, but the Colts aren't very good. I mean, Carson Wentz isn't a good quarterback. And Lamar Jackson looks pretty good right now. They need to figure out their running back situation. They can do that, but I don't think it's going to matter much because Colts defense is kind of overrated right now. And Ravens.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Ravens are going to win. And honestly, Caleb, they don't have to figure out the running back because it doesn't matter who's the running back. Lamar Jackson will make the running back's job easier. Latavius Murray, Tyshawn Williams, it's going to be easy. And I think Tyshawn Williams is actually injured and benched, so I don't know for a fact. Correct me if I'm wrong. Latavius Murray, Le'Veon Bell, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's what I think. The Colts are overrated. The defense isn't very good, and Carson Wentz isn't very good, and all their weapons are injured. Jonathan Williams hasn't lived up to his billing as a premier running back. He hasn't. He needs to prove himself a little bit more. That's why I'm going Ravens. All right, Caleb. We talked about every game. Now let's get to you. You highlighted a couple of games while we were talking about them. You're going to talk more on the betting segment. What are the games you have your eyes on?
Like I said, I had my eyes on the Green Bay Packers at Cincinnati Bengals, and the trends have been continuing this week. They continued, and the previous week, underdogs are still the hot ticket right now. You know, they have a 57.8% winning percentage right now to 37.7. the underdogs has been the play, this season, and that's why I'm taking the underdog here. The Bengals are getting +3 at home, and I always love taking a home dog. I always love it. Even though there's a lot of home dogs, I just think this, out of all the home dogs this week, this is the best team of the home dogs. Bengals been looking good. They look good in their comeback. They didn't look good in the first half. They look good, better in the second half, and they got it going. Joe Burrow looked good. He's getting into his tight end, and I don't think the Packers can really stop him. Especially if they have Jalen Smith playing. If Jalen Smith is starting, I definitely like the Bengals' chance to run all over him, because he is not good. I can't wait to see him pick the wrong hole every goddamn run play like he did for us, and it's going to be so funny watching Joe Mixon run all over them. So I definitely like the Bengals here, +3. Even if they don't win, they can. If it's a 1 or 2 point game, still cover. I definitely didn't cover. So I like them in this spot. And
any game else? You said Bills Chiefs,
right? Yes, the Bills Chiefs. Now I got I like the underdogs here. The Bills are the underdog. Bills +2.5, and like you said, you pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. Because I was about to say they're going to take, because of the AFC Championship game, going to take it very seriously, and they're going to put it all their energy into this. And the Chiefs have and the Bills have been putting up tons of points. Yes, they've been playing bad teams, but the Chiefs have a bad defense, so they're going to put it on their bad team. They've given up 30 points to the Eagles, to Jalen Hurts. Like, that's not good. Like, that's pretty terrible. The Bills, Josh Allen is going to do a number on their defense, and he's going to, Patrick Mahomes may be able to score, but Josh Allen will score too, and I think the Bills will win this, even if it's a close game. The Bills are getting 2.5. I like that, so I'm going Bills in this one.
All right, perfect, Caleb. Thank you very much, Caleb. Guys, if you want more betting advice and betting lines, make sure to go check letsgetreadynetwork.com. Caleb's betting articles are on there. Read them.
Yeah, I have five picks. I gave you 2. You want to read? If you want to see my other 3 picks,
go read the article.
Yeah, go read the article. I went 4-1 last week. 4-1. I went 4-1 first week. 4-1 this week. 11, 8-1 throughout the season. I have a winning record. So if you want to win some money, read my articles.
Yep. Let's get ready. Network.com. I'm about to drop the link in the chat for everybody. Caleb, betting NFL Control-C. All right, everyone. This is the link I'm posting for Caleb. His bets. That's where you're going to need to find them. Make sure to go click on that. Watch and read that. Well, actually, read it. It's an article. You don't watch an article. You read an article. On that note, Caleb, let's head on out.
All right.
We'd like to thank everybody for coming to watch. Next week, guys, Thursday night. What was the Thursday night game that was announced this week?
Yeah, I'll look it up right now.
Buccaneers Eagles. Eagles next week. This time, same time, everyone. We'd like to thank you for coming to watch every Thursday night. We appreciate the support. Make sure if you haven't liked this video, like this video. Make sure to comment on this video on the replay. And if you're watching on the replay, also like this video. Really appreciate that. It helps the algorithm. We get boosted up, and it helps us. Guys, we're also 8 subs away from 700. If you haven't subbed, sub it so we can get to 700. If your mama hasn't subbed, ask her. Sub on your mama's account, sub on your daddy's account, your brother's account, your grandma's account, your account, your other account, your burner account. Sub. Thank you very much, everyone. We'd like to thank you guys for the amount of support every week you guys show us. And on that note, stay safe, stay smooth, and peace.